Additionally, scientific research has been undertaken by universities, government, laboratories, or companies in their research and development departments. Recently, however, professional scientists have sometimes asked ordinary members of the public to help them, especially when they need to collect a huge amount of data and cannot manage to do this on their own. Such activity is known as citizen science. This report provides an overview of consumer trends in global agricultural markets. It is subdivided into chapters covering the arable, dairy, and meat market sectors. For each sector, the drivers underlying consumer trends are analyzed. The most notable of these are the increasing demand for organic products and heightened public concern regarding environmental issues such as food system emissions. Your thesis must be formatted and bound correctly before submission for assessment. And this guidance document specifies how this should be done. It is extremely important that these stipulations are accurately followed. Failure to do so will result in the thesis being returned to you for amendment. You will only be eligible to graduate once these conditions are met. Artificial intelligence has advanced dramatically as a field of study since the early days of slow and cumbersome computers. It can now be regarded as a mature discipline. Unsurprisingly, many authors have aspired to produce the standard textbook on the subject. Here we review a worthy contender for that title whose second edition has just been published. The purpose of this paper is to make company owners and managers aware of the impact of accounting software on business performance. Crucial to any company's success is the availability of the very latest accurate accounting information. Dealing with the challenging nature of market uncertainty and the tendency towards increased economic globalization places new demands on accounting information systems. Some people believe that we can never really be sure if something is true. They say that we make or invent knowledge instead of discovering it. As a result, nobody can ever be certain of anything. It's all just someone's opinion. You may sometimes notice a particular speech pattern where the speaker's voice rises at the end of a sentence. The rise occurs even when it is unnecessary. The speaker, therefore, sounds as if they are asking a question. As a result, they often sound less confident in what they're saying. Proponents of hypnosis promote it as being a heightened state of consciousness in which the subject is more susceptible to suggestions. This mental state may enable the subject to more effectively work through something that is holding them back. Whether or not it actually works is a topic that is hotly debated. If you need to locate a title in the university library, start by accessing the library's directory. This can be done from any computer that's connected to the university's server. You can search for the title's name, author, or publication date. Details of the title's code and directions to its location will then appear. Brain manipulation leading to the alteration of cognitive activity has now reached a point where targeted interventions can achieve specific, measurable outcomes due to advances in neurotechnology and science, which suggests that protective measures to outlaw the exploitation of our brains are needed. When governments do not or cannot provide the financial support needed to improve the country's hospitals and schools, citizens themselves may decide to raise the necessary funds through community events. The hard work of individuals can help bring essential services to local communities, but such projects should be in addition to, not instead of government spending. Large numbers of tourists, although they contribute to the economy, can have a negative effect on small islands, despite bringing in money, for example, pollution. So, one solution is to only allow them in small groups. The internet is changing libraries because they are offering more books and information online, as well as providing computers in library buildings, but libraries still have events and services for communities and activities for children. When there is a shortage of school teachers, the government's response is usually to encourage more graduates to enter the teaching profession, targeting older people who have spent their working life in a different profession is a more radical attempt to deal with the problem. Some people might doubt whether it would work well. Teaching in a school can be a demanding activity requiring high levels of energy, and so some people might find it difficult if previously they worked in a quiet office. Moreover, if their previous profession involved working mainly with adults, they may have little understanding of young people.